Grimsby folk drive over Corporation Bridge to work at the new docks. But things were different in 1960 when these scenes were filmed. These cyclists are heading for the tram, which would take them to work. This was British Railway's only tramway system, the Grimsby and Immingham Light Railway. Working on the overhead wire at 500 volts, it had a short but fast-running line of 6 miles. This ran directly across the marshes and fields to the new docks in 20 minutes, against the round trip by road of 11 miles. When the tramway opened in 1912, it started here at Corporation Bridge, right in the middle of Grimsby town. Towards the end, however, due to traffic congestion and planned road improvements, it was cut back to the edge of Grimsby at the Cleveland Bridge, and this was done in 1956. Car number 11, built in 1913 by the Brush Electrical Company, had 64 seats and 4 folding ones in the central entrance. It was typical of the first designs ordered by the railway company in those days. These were the longest trams in Britain, 54 feet long, and they used the standard gauge track of 4 foot 8.5 inches. Before the tram started, a steam coach ran on the adjoining goods-only track for the benefit of the dockers. At ship changeovers, there would be at least 6 cars running together. It was a very handy service, only taking half the time of the replacement bus service. There were only a few request stops on the way, so a high-speed run was enjoyed. A track relay would warn the level crossing keeper about an approaching tram. With high-speed running all day and most of the night, it had a half-hour service then, the overhead wires needed a fair amount of maintenance. An ex-Gateshead tram of 1925 came to the line in 1951 and is the regular works tram. Other second-hand cars came too, more from Gateshead and some from Newcastle. One Gateshead tram is preserved at the Beamish Outdoor Industrial Museum of County Durham. One of the original long cars is at the Cryche Museum in Derbyshire. This bridge is near Immingham. It's at the stretch of line that trams leave the fields, come round a curve, and join the main road. Today, the poles are still there on the curve. And on the road, just as the replacement bus passes. Back in 1960, Works tram is finished. Meanwhile, number 11 is on that curve about to join the road, seen at the top of the picture. Alrx tram is waiting to reverse down into the curve when number 11 has cleared the point work in the middle of the road. The line from here did once run into Immingham village, but was poorly used and finally pulled up in 1955. Now number 11 has changed over its poles for the reverse run into the dock area. I'm afraid this chap isn't having much luck today. Trams brought dockers right up to their ships, very conveniently. During the First World War, the whole area was turned into a torpedo boat and mine-laying base for military purposes only, so less use was made of the trams. Some cars were stored, and new orders postponed for a while. The little station survives today and has gained a new porch, a very different occupation. The docks, well, they're still very busy handling cargo from all over the world, and it has a very efficient rail service of lines to serve the shipping. Back again, though, through time, and we're on our way to Grimsby. Towards the end of the tramway's life in 1959, the night service finished and the off-peak service was replaced by buses. But the line was very popular right up to the end in July 1961. Over 2,000 passengers travelling daily on the trams. Grimsby citizens have, even today, many fond memories of the old swaying tram car.